In this video, we will introduce the prep for Confluent Cloud Certified Operator (CCAC) exam. What is Confluent Cloud Certified Operator (CCAC) exam? CCAC exam information. Exam topics breakdown. Best study tips for CCAC. 1. Which component maintains metadata about data flow between topics? A. Stream lineage. B. Kafka broker. C. VPC peering. D. RBAC. 2. Which two factors influence the availability of regions for provisioning new Kafka clusters? Choose 2. A. Cloud provider selected. B. RBAC role. C. Confluent Cloud subscription tier. D. Chosen CLI version. 3. As a Confluent Cloud operator managing a dedicated cluster, which option would you choose to implement a disaster recovery solution that ensures rapid failover in the event of a regional failure? A. Deploy a second dedicated cluster in a different region and use Replicator to synchronize data between the clusters. B. Deploy a second dedicated cluster in a different region and use unidirectional cluster linking to replicate data from one cluster to the other. C. Deploy a second dedicated cluster in a different region and use bidirectional cluster linking to replicate data between the clusters. Deconfigure your dedicated cluster to use private networking to connect to your VPC for secure data replication. 4. Which scenario most likely leads to under-replicated partitions? A. High consumer lag. B. Broker failure. C. Increased retention period. D. Adding partitions. 5. Which metric is most useful for detecting consumer lag? A. Bytes in per sec. B. Under-replicated partitions. C. Consumer lag. D. Active controller count. 6. In Confluent Cloud, which two components are included in the Stream Governance Advanced tier? A. Stream Catalog. B. Audit logs. C. Stream lineage. D. Connectors. 7. What is the purpose of configuring private networking during cluster creation? A. Improve message retention. B. Restrict public internet exposure. C. Increase replication throughput. D. Enable schema enforcement. 8. Which configuration determines how long Kafka retains messages before deletion in Confluent Cloud? A. Cleanup policy. B. Retention.ms. C. Minimum insync replicas. D. Max message bytes. 9. Which operational practices help maintain cluster health? Select all that apply. A. Monitoring under-replicated partitions. B. Regularly reviewing lag metrics. C. Increasing retention indefinitely. D. Ensuring adequate partition distribution. 10. What is the primary purpose of configuring network access on a Kafka cluster in Confluent Cloud? A. To optimize message compression settings. B. To enable multiple schema versions. C. To restrict or allow client access via public or private endpoints. D. To limit partition replication. Check the correct answers for each question. Subscribe Passert for more IT exam prep.